So, if we're going to continue playing Guild Wars 1, and we're going to stay with the walking challenge, so I think we're going to need to put a couple ground rules. I'm going to go over a theory that I had before this as well. I made a Reddit post. It killed my Reddit karma. People hated it out so much, but I want to explain it and see what y'all think about it. But if we're doing the walking challenge, I'm going to try it with the Revenant, okay? And I 100% think I could do it on a warrior, just to be honest. But the Revenant, we only have one other Revenant, so this will give us the second one. We'll have one healer, one DPS, and should be pretty good. So, what I'm thinking is the challenge is going to be that, for the most part, maybe not like jumping puzzles or something that requires mounts or speed, but for all of the open world stuff, walking around the world, going places, all of that, we're going to walk. We're going to fight every mob that we run into. Uh, walking makes it to where we can't dodge very well in combat, so invulnerabilities and our actual physical dodge abilities are going to be more important. Roadways are going to be more important. Choosing where we travel is going to be a lot more important. All that stuff I think is going to be really big. Now, for the thing that kind of threw my karma down on Reddit, I had a fun Guild Wars 2 idea slash theory, and then I put spoilers on there because, I was talking about the storyline and stuff. So I didn't flush this out. I made this all in one go. But the theory is, I'll kind of keep this up here and like scroll down through it. The theory is that Guild Wars, like the main villain that we could potentially have, it's probably not going to be it, but Lissa, the god Lissa, and it all has to do with color schemes. It's something that's bugged me since Guild Wars 1. Abaddon was the main enemy of Guild Wars 1. He was the plan to destroy the world and everything around and all that, right? His domain is the domain of madness and torment or whatever, right? That's where he was imprisoned by the gods. And then, but Abaddon uses abilities and stuff that are like he has purple. The tormented weapons have purple. All that stuff. When we make character creations or we see the gods, they have distinct colors. And Lissa is purple. All right. And Abaddon, we learn, is the water god. Okay. And then we look at all the dragons. Each dragon kind of reflects one of the gods, because Primordus, lava and stuff, Balthazar. Okay. And then like you could say, uh, uh, Krakatoric would be Lissa because it's purple. You know, all that stuff, right? So if Abaddon is the water god, and we saw the water dragon was the dragon of creation in the Guild Wars story now, then that means that if there's any reflection there, Abaddon would have been like the top tier, like best god. He was the strongest god. I'm assuming that's the strongest elder dragon was the water dragon. Okay. So it's like, what happened there? Well, Abaddon was giving magic to people in Tyria and in before Guild Wars 1. And so, but then people started having conflicts. They started fighting each other, right? But there was another god that give basically all the gods kind of give their favor or magics to people. There's a dog in my yard. Uh, so like Dwayna gave magic to the Emperor of Cantha in the factions campaign in Guild Wars 1 to do the ritual. And I don't remember what the Canthan ritual was about, but Cantha is the civilization that has the most connection with dragons out of all of the games, right? So Dwayna gave him favor to do a ritual, assumingly something to do with dragons, and Shiro kills the Emperor, absorbs his soul and Dwayna's power and stuff, and then eventually when he dies, causes the Jade Sea. When he dies, there's video clips in the original games when he dies, and it has like a mixture of green, and then a purple wave comes out of him, and it turns things to stone, and it turns the Jade to sea. or the Seed of Jade. Now, you could say that the Mesmer skills affect reality, so maybe that's kind of what it is. So Shiro, who killed him, was influenced by a fortune teller. The fortune teller was an old lady, and she basically his connection with demons or whatever, but she was putting things into his head and got him to fight stuff. In all of the Guild Wars lore about the gods over the years, it tells you stories about them. And most people just focus on the stories and the good nature and stuff of them, but it also shows flaws in them. And Lissa, a lot of her stories, they have she tests people. She likes testing them, see if they can see past beauty and stuff and see like people's inner self. And then she also like there's a story where she goes and she's a kid and she's messing with these soldiers and she eats all their food and then gives them dream states and has them fight to their death for her like in the next day. Like she lied to them, telling them that they would live and have these wonderful lives if they fought, and they did. So she manipulates people. She's been around. She blesses people with magic, the first mesmer. So we know that she gives people magic, but she only gives it to who she deems as worthy. And the only other person, like Abaddon, does the same thing, which means that she could potentially have had a rivalry with Abaddon if he was giving magic to people she didn't deem worthy. That's kind of what I'm thinking a little bit. But the gods all came to Tyria at different points. Dwayna brought humans with her, at least some of them, to find peace. So I probably her realm is sort of in danger. I don't really know, but each of the gods have their own realms. Each of those realms have their own conflicts, and all the ones that we've seen, there's a shadow army in Balthazar's. There's like these demon things in Grint's and Guild Wars 1. We saw a bit of Melandru's in Guild Wars 2, but we don't know what's there. But Melandru is more of a neutral god. Then Abaddon doesn't seem like he really had like much, but he was, entrapped and all that. Uh, but Grinth is Dwayna's kid. So, and Grinth can also see through lies. So he's one of the only gods left that could potentially see through Lissa's lies. Lissa apparently has a twin or something because the gods, like her statues, she's one of the only ones that has like a twin statue or a twin in their statue. So it's kind of interesting there. So she could have like split personalities or something. But any case, Abaddon is the strongest god. He gets entrapped. Okay, so they put him into the domain of torment, which they say is his domain. Okay, and they made a whole sea dry up and all that. Right. Well, a lot of the Nightfall stuff and Abaddon stuff, there's a lot of purple, and the water dragon was more blue, but the purple and stuff on Abaddon's thing, tormented weapons, all of that stuff is kind of odd, and but I understand like the storyline makes sense. But if they want us to be able to fight the gods and like have an interesting god storyline, Lissa could have been someone had to watch Abaddon, right? They act like the gods never checked up on Abaddon after his banishment. So somebody would have to have watched that domain, before anyone took his powers. So I'm assuming it was Lissa. This also means that uh, because Balthazar made his chains, Lissa was probably like in charge of it. She could have used the realm of torment and stuff to punish Abaddon because Lissa likes punishing people, especially humans. But she could have punished Abaddon, made him go to insanity or whatever, and call upon the void powers to like wage war on the world. But when we beat Abaddon, his power goes to Cormier. Cormier is blind in the first game, so potentially maybe she can't see like Lissa's true self either. But she gives her domain of water from Abaddon to Lissa in Guild Wars 2. So that means Lissa has two domains. Like she took over a domain of one of the gods. Now, if you're saying that they get their power from their worlds or something, that means Lissa now has two worlds. Abaddon was the strongest god. It took all five gods to fight him. Okay? So now Lissa has multiple worlds. Now Balthazar comes up in Guild Wars 2, and he's trying to fight the dragons and harness their power and all that stuff. And then the gods like shut him down and banish him, and he gets sent and locked away into the mists. Well, that means Balthazar's world is open now. And if Lissa is the strongest of the remaining gods, then she now has three domains. She is strong enough to fight Dwayna, Melandru, and Grinth potentially. But Balthazar's land, he's been collecting like soldiers and stuff for a long time, so potentially he is able to have somebody there to help fight and defend his land while he's not there. But he was entrapped in the mists. He only got freed because Rentlock didn't know that he was Balthazar. He thought he was just like a guy, and so he freed him. He didn't look like Balthazar because he had changed forms with Lissa's mirror, I'm guessing. So why does he have Lissa's mirror? So Lissa could have overthrown Balthazar to get a hold of his domain, and then they took his powers, and then she planned his release so that he would be forced, because she knows him and he's kind of easy to manipulate. He could have been forced into harnessing the dragon's power, which would have made him like go insane or whatever, and then start up an Abaddon Part 2 with Balthazar, which is kind of what happened, but not really. Okay. Um, Now, if we look some of the things in the Guild Wars 2 stuff, if you're a Char, you can get access to a Balthazar idol. Why did the Char have the Balthazar idol? Balthazar fought the Char with the humans originally in the first wars and stuff. So why do they have an idol of his now? It doesn't make much sense because the Char don't believe in the gods, and the gods didn't like the Char, but they have access to it. But if Lissa was actually there, then she could have potentially given them access to the artifacts or something as well. But there's a bunch of stuff like this. So in Guild Wars, the first Guild Wars and factions, when Shiro dies, he ends up coming back. Okay? And he kills someone with Imperial blood, ends up coming back alive, all of that good stuff. Now, when it comes to his second death, he gets sent to the domain of torment and is imprisoned with Abaddon. Abaddon, because they're all saying that Abaddon orchestrated this whole thing, but Abaddon was imprisoned right there. So if he wasn't able to affect Shiro, then who would have sent Shiro to the domain of torment? And it probably would have been like Lissa or Grinth, something like that. But Lissa could have potentially sent him to Abaddon's realm, where we fight him again as a form of torment for him as well, which means that Lissa would be kind of the prison keeper of Abaddon. Now, we've never seen Lissa's realm, but my idea is that the realm of anguish and torment and all and madness are all part of Lissa's realm, or she is manipulating Abaddon's realm to be more like her realm. And it's actually her power that's end up doing the stuff, and she's manipulating these people to do all these things for her. Um, And then like we have parallels. So like we have the gods and we have Dragon's Watch. And when we first meet Dragon's Watch, there's one person that died in the Dragon's Watch and then one person that betrayed them in Dragon's Watch. And right now there's two gods that have died or like betrayed the other gods at this point. Um and now we know that Dwayna brought the first humans. Grinth is Dwayna's kid. Melandru is kind of neutral and the oldest god. And that leaves Abaddon, Lessa, and Balthazar fighting over humans for like their souls and stuff and things in the past, potentially. Um, but we don't know if Lissa even has a realm. Like she could be like void, sort of. Now, they say that the gods left in Guild Wars 2 to find another land for people to go to when the dragons destroy Tyria. But it could also be that the void is getting so powerful in the dragons and it's affecting the negative forces in their own worlds, so they have to go back and fight to defend their worlds, and so they couldn't fight the dragons, or they would lose their worlds and lose their power, or something like that. It could potentially be a thing that they're, could put into the game or something like that. And it would open up the storyline for us to go fight in all the different god domains, fight different gods, have interaction between like Grinth and Dwayna, Melandru. Because like if this ended up being the thing, you would want to save the gods or save humanity. Dwayne is probably going to be on your side, I would assume. Grinth is probably going to be on Dwayna's side because he's her kid, I would assume. Melandru would be more neutral, and then Lissa would be the negative. So Balthazar is already dead. So it'd basically be Lissa would need to get rid of Grinth. So that would be the next conflict. Grinth dies, it drags Dwayna into the fight. And then we have uh, Melandru, which we would have to convince to join the fight against uh, Lissa, basically, would be the interesting storyline development. Now, the last thing I did on here was the Revenant class, which is the guy that we're playing right now. Now, they say Shiro's evil, and he probably was, and I'm just gonna read off of this. But before his manipulation, he was a hero, sort of. He was an assassin, but he protected the Emperor, all that good stuff. Um, Most of the legends are heroes, pretty much all of them. So Shiro's kind of on the verge. He's sort of evil, but he was a hero at one point. The dwarf guy's kind of a hero. The centaur guy's kind of a hero. Glint would have been like a dragon type hero. The Luxon and Kurzuk in the new expansion are both heroes. So what doesn't fit is Mylax. Mylax is the demon that you can summon as the Revenant. But when we look at stuff, there's a book in Guild Wars 2, which I posted in here, Mylax and the Unyielding, and it's found in the Dorm Priory, and it basically talks about how he was like the leader of Abaddon's forces and his generals after Abaddon fell, and he basically is trying to do what Abaddon was doing and overthrow the gods. But he also, if you attack him, because there's like war and stuff, if you attack the demon, basically he seeks vengeance. He tries to go after people that go after him and stuff like that, and he's pretty smart. So the whole thing is, if that's true, then he's following Abaddon's will. He isn't trying to destroy the planet, he's trying to destroy the gods. And so at that point, why would he be just trying to destroy the gods? Abaddon wanted to do it because he was betrayed, and then the demon would want to do it because somebody attacked Abaddon or betrayed Abaddon. But maybe because Lissa's whole thing is like you have to see through people's ugliness, their outside appearance, and see what's inside. That's kind of like her sort of thing. But maybe if we do that to the demon, maybe the demon's actually a hero. Like it was able to rally the demons to itself, and it is fighting the gods, but the gods aren't necessarily good, and we're starting to learn that in the storyline. Like Balthazar and stuff, he's killing people. They're not necessarily the best people in the world. But yeah, that's kind of like my theory. Um, is that Lissa could potentially be the source of everything. Lissa's the one god that she consistently changes her appearance and walks on the world and tests people's loyalties and like their hearts and minds and all that stuff. But she's also the person like she spends the most time on the planet with the people, it seems. And but she also punishes people like pretty hard. Like she manipulates people to die. She punishes them when they beat her up or whatever. There's like some interesting stuff that happens with Lissa, and she has the split personalities of the twins. Like one could be good, one could be evil. Maybe they're both evil. Maybe one's evil and the other one's a mirage that makes her seem like a god. Like there's a bunch of things that are potentially interesting with this. But yeah, I basically got all negatives, and my karma's dropping pretty seriously here. I kind of want to refresh just to see. Yeah. Seems like the upvote rate's slowly going up, but that's my theory. That's just like a fun theory on the side that I was trying to do. Oh, I gotta change this. So, we're gonna do basically a walking run as best we can. And this makes the game a little bit more difficult because we have to kind of choose where we're going and what we're doing and all that stuff, which is pretty interesting. But you also get more time to look at the world. We'll have more time walking around settlements to hear dialogue, potentially. Legendary Dwarf King Jalis Ironhammer. Which Jalis is kind of a hero to his people. In Guild Wars 1, I guess, yeah. Ooh.
You can't keep a good man down.
Wow, do I die here? Is this possible? Okay, so this is definitely making the game a lot harder. Okay, so we might need assistance with this map clearage. We need to look. I was getting some more guild members in for my old guild from Guild Wars 1.
Or tougher cows. You must like pain.
That looks valuable. I'm dying here.
Oh. That is not good.
Get over here and help me.
God, I wish I had my warrior right now.
One more thing for my list of accomplishments.
Alright, so we need to get to this waypoint, and then we need to get up north to get this centerpiece as well, so that's going to be kind of iffy. We might be able to piggyback off these other guys. I'm going to use the mount, though, for its activated ability. Alright, we need to make our way in here. was a completely not correct.
Going to get you.
We need to make it to the that area, I think.
You must like pain.
Is that a ranged ability? Cascades. It's a blast finisher. We need to go over here. So I've kind of passed it already. We need to go back this direction. It's funny how many people don't know how to walk in this game.
You're kidding, right? Strong.
I'm going to get you.
One more thing for my list of accomplishments.
Oh, this guy.
I surrender. I surrender.
A miner's explosive charge.
task at hand.
Hmm.
I surrender. I surrender.
Grab a couple. Let's see if we can find something on our way that kind of looks like we can explode. Hidden areas like Dark Souls, but I kind of want them to. If anything didn't really fit in this particular spot, it's probably the waterfall. And a mining charge. Hmm. Interesting. Wonder how much damage that does. If that scales, that could be something like if you have level 1 players and these mining charges scale, then you could buy a bunch of mining charges, go to a high level area, and then use the mining charges for damage. Is that what I'm getting at here? Let's just assume that's something that you can do. I'm gonna run back. Okay, just give me 1 second. This doesn't count.
I surrender. I surrender.
I want to grab a couple of these, and then if we go to a higher level area, I want to just see if they do a good amount of damage to high level enemies. Because I've played high level zones before by myself, and like giving regen and stuff to your allies gives you XP a little bit generally. Why is there a ledge right there?
I need some backup. Strong.
Okay. So we need to finish this quest, which I guess is this. We can do that on the way out, and then we can go hit the... Yeah, so let's go out the back, and then we'll come back in through here. We still have this waypoint here as well. Damn. There once was a ship that came to sea. The name of the ship was a Billy O.T. Inbound down below, my Billy boys blow. Soon may the weatherman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. And when the time is done, we'll take our leave and go. March, 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 march. may the weatherman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the timing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Dum ba dum bum bum dum dum and soon may the weatherman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the timing is done, we'll take. Oh. Dum ba dum bum bum dum bum bum ba dum 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 dum. Hey. Head this way to discover Neiji's Moa Ranch. I never even realized that. It tells you where the point of interest area is. I've had pains with that in the past, like finding a POI. I wonder what the range of that is. We're not going to be in radius of much, so maybe we just follow the map compass. That's good to know. What doth you own? Tasty cake. Moa collar. Tasty cake. Soon may the weatherman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the timing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Why do I have this? This mark of a hero's travels. Trade this to an ancient armorsmith for special rewards. Plaza of Duena. I guess... What does that mean? Proof that I'm a legend. But I guess if we're going to actually go for the Melandrew theory, we need to come here and find the Melandrew district. Or not the Melandrew, the Lissa district. We need as much information on Lissa as we can potentially find. It's exactly what we need. It definitely feels like it's easier to get levels than it was even in like a few months ago. Or maybe it's just because I'm not stressed out. But like before, it was like you want to hit 10. All these foolish raptor riders. What doth you know?
One more thing on my list of accomplishments.
Impressive! You fight like a natural-born dwarf.
I learn from the best.
Look at all these warriors. I do lacketh me some warrior action, you know?
Welcome.
Let's just go back towards the centaurs, I guess.
Hello. Nice to see you.
We need to get this point of interest anyway. And we could do the first piece of the story, I guess. Hmm. It's weird because when like new players get into a game and they see an icon, they try to rush towards it, and they think you're a quest or something.
One more thing from my list of accomplishments.
You'll find everything you need here. What do you need?
Something's wrong with the water.
Gut feels like it's on fire.
As soon as you talk, they just run off.
It's gotta be something to do with the pump house.
Nice to see you. May Melandru guide you.
Interesting.
Ugh. Something's not right. My gut feels like it's on fire.
How do you... Can you deactivate the
Something to do with the
storyline?
pump house.
Is that a thing?
I think the dizziness has passed.
Training. We got a story journal. Can start to see the graphics wearing a little bit, but, you know, it's not terrible. The Cade Armorsmith.
When I grow up, I'm going to be a brave hero.
I just want to see if there's a way to deactivate story stuff.
Rather stand here all day playing tour guide.
F11.
I hate centaurs.
Horses are for riding. Who wants a pet that talks back?
Pirates.
Shouldn't you be on patrol?
See you later. Ran into an Asura. Called me a mook. I think she was
Which way to the carnival? Carnival activities take place in the Commons, which is split into the eastern and western districts. There's live music,
When I grow
Any
up,
places
I'm
to
going
eat?
to be a
There's a
brave
tavern.
hero.
but I wouldn't recommend bringing your kid there.
Why not?
First time in Divinity's Reach.
We just moved here. Can you tell?
Call it a hunch. The tavern is where locals kick up their boots and forget about the problems outside city walls. Some get a little excitable after reaching the bottom of their cups.
I want to see bar.
Thanks for your help.
Hmm.
He'll take one look at me across a crowded square and be sick.
I can hear wedding trumpets already.
Oh, there it is. Thought it was lost for a second.
When I grow up,
Lost?
I'm going to be a brave hero.
I need supplies.
Merchants are that way. You can't miss them.
Thanks. Where can I get a stiff drink?
Taverns in the city's southern half. Keep your ears open for the sound of angry drunks. Think you'll find it. If you pass the shooters, you've gone too far.
You can put a shooting range next to a tavern?
Only one fatality is weak.
Interesting. This thing said... Visit an ancient armorsmith to trade in your proofs of legends. Ancient armorsmith.
Hi.
Ancient armor smith.
He'll take one look at me across a crowded square. Good evening, little lady.
I can hear wedding trumpets already.
When
I'm
I
rich,
grow
you
up,
know.
I'm going to be a brave hero.
Think you're an ace
Oh,
shot?
there it is.
We'll put your skills to the test. It means it's target shooting.
Reinforced armor. Decayed armor smith might be what they're talking about.
It's tough to prosper nowadays, but we try.
Any sharpshooters out there want an opportunity to prove themselves? Do I have the place for you?
Interesting.
Excuse me. Do you have this in another color?
It's acting like it's up top, I guess.
I saw this hunter who had a doggy. It was bigger than me, and it said, "Woof!"
Like this. But I need to pay the rent first.
Why not?
What can I do for you?
We just moved here. Can you tell?
Call it a hunch. The tavern is where locals kick up their boots and forget about the problems outside city walls. Some get a little excitable after reaching the bottom of their cups.
I want to see a bar fight.
Thanks for your help.
Bing, ding, ding. I'm tempted to say that inside the big city is just not to have to walk. Seems like everything they've did is to make cities really fast. Oh, there we go.
He'll take one look at me across a crowded square.
Ancient armor smith.
Raven told me you'd be coming.
Decades reach skin. I mean, not a terrible armor set. It kind of looks Canthan. Definitely fits my Dragon Lord's style, sort of. Not really so much the obsessive pointiness and dragon heads everywhere, but in Guild Wars 1 we had a dragon helm and stuff. Like all that doesn't really matter, but I like the dragon helmet. That's something that has potential for us anyway. Skill. outfit, or not outfit. We need to go wardrobe. Yep. It's actually not a bad little armor thing, if we're being honest.
I can see you've traveled far.
I can hear wedding trumpets already.
Interesting. Good to know though, because I mean the helmet. I'm not super crazy about like the pauldrons and stuff, but I think the helmet could be good on my Dragon Lord guy. It's just enough to not be too much. But looking at this, the helmet is
Good hunting.
must be purchased in order, so we can only assume that it's going to be 3 or more, so we're going to need a bunch of these things, however you get these things. Mm.
Hello, stranger.
We must all fight.
I remember these guys from something. I don't remember though. A weaponsmith and an armor smith.
All things have a right to order. Let's play.
Magical robotic dinosaur. Look at that guy. Got his cool blue armor. Got his cool little blue Step in effect.
Strong allies make for quicker victories.
We do make a good team, don't we?
Yeah, I still need to train some stuff. I think we're gonna train the demon.
Last, now I will feast on their anguish.
What exactly does it do here? Got the heal skill, so that's something. All the cultural armors. I remember these used to be the hardest things to get, like at the start of the game. May Lissa
Find
aid
everything
you.
you need here.
How dumb some of these things are. Probably wouldn't bother with that. Boots are kind of dumb. Could potentially use this, but I mean, this is going on the standard Roman thing that we were doing before. Stuff like this that people don't really mix together very much. I just wish their pauldrons and stuff didn't float.
May Lissa aid you.
This used to be the jam. The big boy, the major armor that everybody wanted. Oh, I'm getting off track. We need to go to the upper city. What's bothering me now is that I was going to do all the map completions, but now we have the personal storyline and we don't have access to the little arrow showing us where all the closest POIs and stuff are. So that tells me that you either want to avoid the story as quickly as possible, or you want to get the story over with so that you can do everything else. And if you're going to get the story over with quickly, I can only imagine exactly what you would want to do. But you see in these odd behaviors that we're doing, how much more attention that we gather to ourselves when we play the game. Like, we're not super well armored or anything. We look very basic, but when someone like sees a person walking around, they're like, that person obviously is pretty experienced. Or something. There's something going on. Like, you just stick out. The Roman armors that we wore before when I was building the guild the first time around, it wasn't the armors that were the big thing. The armors looked good and they looked Roman, but once, like, no one really cared at first. They thought it was kind of cool at the beginning, and then once you get like 4 or 5 people all together, that's when they start going like, oh yeah, that's awesome. And then they'll come around and they'll see, and they all want to do it after that. Can't happen but think there's a jumping puzzle there, just like the way they kind of make things look. Why they got a moon and stuff hanging down. So they got the solar system above us. So the sun is a gem. But what does this necessarily mean? Because there's huge planet here with moons. Planet with moons, planet with moons. Planet with moons. And then you have floating stars. There's a lot of planets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a moon and a bunch of moons. 7 planets. Oh, someone replied to my Lissa thing and they said they understood nothing. What is the theory here? How do they not understand what I'm saying? Makes sense, right? The Rev is a new class because 8 years doesn't matter. The point is, It was made after the other classes and created during an expansion pack, which means that it's more story focused than the other ones are, right? Posting a post on here about planet lore because I want to know about these. The post is removed. So let's try and create a new post. See if that gets banned. I don't know why they would ban the other one. I'm just not very good, I guess, at writing like information down for people to understand. Like I even copy pasted stuff from the wiki in there. I get that it kind of jumps around a little bit, but like you can get I have it separated into individual pieces. So they should be able to understand. I mean, if they don't have any information about Guild Wars 1, I'm guessing that is the issue here. I don't understand how this makes sense. I only read the bit about Revenant Legends and calling a Revenant a new class. It's been 8 years and I'm pretty sure the OP has no idea. The Revenant thing is at the very bottom of the post. You would have had he would have literally had to just scroll past and hit like the last paragraph. Make no sense. These people, man. I'm telling you, Guild Wars 2 community is nothing like Guild Wars 1 community was.
These are dangerous times.
Absolutely nothing.
Did you need assistance?
This arrow is telling me to walk this way. Merchant Coin Tavern is over here, the elevator down. This is telling me to go forward into the headquarters, I guess. Which, that's weird. I always thought stuff like this was kind of interesting, because you never see anyone wear these armors, but these are the armors from Claudius Manor. And it is kind of a worn out armor. There's nothing like crazy about it. But like, it's not bad. I mean, it's not the best looking armor either, but I mean, it's not terrible in the sense of like armor stat wise, it's okay. The manor's fairly easy to beat. Ascalonian Dungeon's also fairly easy to beat though as well. So I mean, there is that, but I'm not gonna say it's the best looking armor though. It's definitely not the best looking armor. Cause like, where is it? Right here. Look at that. Beep, beep. I don't know if we have the chest. I thought we did. Oh, right here, yeah. Might be interested just to get it and wear it because no one else does. Still things like this heavy plate chest guard, like nobody wears that either, but it gives you the chainmail on the neck. You can put a helmet on top of it fairly easily. It looks okay. Definitely, it has a decent bit of armor on it. It's not terrible, but like you only roster. Wonder what's in the dungeon. I guess we're supposed to not go in there. Alright. So that means we need to follow this now and go downstairs.
Anything to report?
I got Seraph weapons. Toughness, vitality, condition damage. It's not the best, not the worst. I mean, we can get this for, but we need to be level 60. See what the tier 1 weapons are.
Until next time.
How can I assist you?
Gotta be level 40. Precision and ferocity as a plain just stat. That's weird. Definitely weird.
Hey, citizen.
Huh. Makes me wonder what happens if you play a char and talk to that guy.
We do what we must.
Makes me wonder if they'll ever add like Abaddon as a god for your personal story. That'd be an interesting development to be like a follower of Abaddon doing the hero's journey.
Soldier's life for me.
May the Six watch over you.
Are you well?
What can I do for you?
You can follow me into battle, sir. That's all we need. Alright, so now we got this waypoint unlocked, so that's good.
Nah.
See, I want to do the map completions on the character as I'm doing the storyline, but it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to deactivate the personal story at all until I hit like a level cap. But just following the arrow does make it a little bit easier. Divinity's Guide Tour. Look at the difference between like the running speed and the walking speed.
Keep walking. You ain't a friend of Big-Nosed Ted. You ain't welcome here.
This could be a very difficult mission if I don't have my stuff ready.
Come on, sweetness, just one dance. Let's see where it takes us.
Only if you get a job, a haircut, and a clue. And maybe not even then.
Uptown Johnny.
Hey, watch it! You almost spilled my drink, and I almost had to mop it up with your face. Get out of my sight.
Yeah,
Back off,
nothing to
buddy.
see about Ted.
Whichever girl
Let's
you
see
were
some
looking
teeth
at,
fly.
I saw her first. Back off, buddy.
Keep
Whichever
walking,
girl
pal.
you were looking
Don't touch
at,
me, don't talk to
I
me.
saw her
Don't even
first.
look at me. Keep walking, pal. Don't touch me, don't talk to
Walk
me.
away,
Don't even
citizen.
look at me.
Or you'll wake up medium rare. Do your worst. Do your worst.
Hello.
May the Six watch over you.
Yes? I'm so glad to see you. I heard that you were up and around, but I was still worried.
I'm fine. Thanks for coming to see me. You know I love you and your father, but you both worry too much.
That's because you take too many risks.
Hey, girl. Stop gabbing.
He said the
Bring me
love
a drink.
word.
I think you've had enough, buddy. You're cut off. Now get out of my tavern.
Don't make me cripple you, old man. Give me more ale, and this time, it's on the house.
Leave my father alone, you ugly goon, or I'll call the Seraph.
Ugly? I'll show you ugly, honey. You're looking for a fight, because now you got one. Bolt, let him
Away
have
from
it.
my dad's quick sisters.
I'm gonna knock you out and look good.
You've never seen a revenant before. Got a big mace ball. Smack, smack, smackety, smack.
What can I do for you?
Oh, he's pretty tough. Source Blaze. He has regeneration. Or something. That's weird. They've changed this or something, because this... I don't recall him healing like this, or the tavern people.
All right, I surrender.
Cool.
I'll pound you into the ground like a big nail.
Nice.
Strong.
Oh, the audio capture isn't working. Or maybe it's just...
That's enough.
Hold this position.
Give me a second. Where's the audio capture? Okay.
Strong. Okay. I surrender. Let's play who can hit the hardest. I'll go first.
Deal. Guess the game broke. Interesting. Okay. Well, something went wrong. I don't know what went wrong. Something went wrong there.
Rest, Dad. I'll find a way to help you no matter what.
Sarantine keeps sweating on our
Gloves.
low-level prisoners. We'll have to start
Precision,
arresting
power,
people very
vitality. Vitality. Where are my gloves on my character, my guys? Where are my gloves at? See what I'm saying? I put a post just to discuss and talk about the things on Divinity Reach Ceiling, and it's getting downvoted. Which, even worse, somebody removed their post because I just saw the thing a second ago, which is why I looked at it, where they said that there was lore on it, but there wasn't much besides the moon, and then something called like Melandru's moon. That sucks. They deleted their post. I wonder why. They probably got downvoted. What is this? How do they... Alright, so we're going to fast travel. So we can fast travel, and we can walk. See, this armor isn't bad. Like, their armor's kind of, you know, basic. This armor isn't terrible. But this is the new stuff. The stuff you get at the Claudius Manor is, like, old. But, like, this, the shoulder pieces and stuff for the Seraph's armor isn't terrible. It's just you can see underneath it.
Bandits bother me. It's tough times. Guys gotta eat somehow.
This thing that gets me is, like, they have you do these quests, and these quests are, like, in the same places that you do hearts. So why can't you just, like, do the main storyline without stopping? And then the main storyline completes all the hearts for you. And then if you don't want to do the main storyline, then you can just go and do the hearts manually in the open world if you want. You know?
I didn't see you there.
How long did the footprint stay? Like 10 seconds? Dead birds. Imagine living in this place. You're just like walking around. Everyone's just killing everything. All the livestock is just dead. Oh, I forgot about outfits.
You must like pain.
God. Fallen Balthazar.
Strong.
May Dwayne bless you.
I'm going.
I wonder if I made my skin like super dark, if I could make this look like a full set of gear somehow. Sucks that you can't have a spear and shield, because this would look pretty decent with the spear and shield. Get the hoplite going on. Maybe a different headpiece. If they let you put a different helmet on.
the pain!
I feel strong.
I'm going to.
Wrong choice.
Like, it's a good-looking armor set, but our voice just doesn't match it at all for the most part.
You got me.
This actually would make more sense on my Chronomancer. Or I think it was Chronomancer. I have a Mesmer that basically uses time to cast the Balthazar racial skill over and over again, and with this it would make sense. Sort of. But, like, I think it makes more sense that, like, in Guild Wars 1, you were like a human person, you were going against the gods, and then you acquired, like, godly
Petra,
items that made you
what are
stronger.
you doing here? How did you find this place?
I followed you. I'm not going to sit around and worry about my father when I can help. Families look out for each other. You're like family too. I'm not losing either of you. Not without a fight.
Fine, you can help. But stay close and be careful.
Stop worrying about me. I can take care of myself. You're the one who just got out of the hospital. It feels good.
Yeah, so in Guild Wars 1, it was like all their stuff was basically realistic, and there wasn't any, like, unrealistic items hardly at all until, like, the very end of the game. And that's where you get, like, some magical items. In Guild Wars 2, it's like there's magic everywhere, and then so everyone's just super powerful, godly. So it feels better, I think, to seem like a normal person, basically. Like, they're putting that godly vibe in here. Like, if you wanted to look and feel like a god, this right here makes you feel like you're pretty powerful. Like, it would make you feel pretty powerful, I think. But the sad part of that is, like, you can do that, but it's a outfit. It doesn't matter what you do, and then anybody else can get the same outfit as you. So it's not like super impressive or anything, you know?
Look, Moas! They're big but skittish. It would be real easy to spook them. Remember when we used to ride Rancher Meppy's herd? I bet these birds are just as skittish.
It sounds like something's bothering the Moas. Everything bothers those blasted birds. I say let them squawk.
Big but skittish. Well, that didn't work. Oh, I might have to emote. Need a list of emotes. It's been a while. Cower, cross arms, gear grind. Threaten.
We need those supplies. It's not just the wound. We need those supplies. It's not just the wound. My dad will shrivel up and die if he can't work.
What has gotten into those moas? We should check it out.
Fine.
There they go. Look at those feathers fly.
Blasted moas are out. Get those stupid birds under control.
See? There's nothing here. Should never have listened to something with a pea-sized brain.
Thanks a lot.
I was talking about the moas, crybaby.
Is it just me? Or does everything taste better out of silver mugs?
I think it's because it's got that nice just stolen feel to it.
It's that do-gooder from the bar. Recruits, kill this clown!
That sounded like one of the slobs who messed up the bar.
You're kidding! Rookies, bleeding useless. Hey, I need backup over here.
Take that!
Dead. I'm Big Nose Kid. Keep your hands off me, okay? I surrender. You got me. Stars us. Into the mist. Tell him Twitchy Jake sent ya. Don't you know who I am? I'm famous. I've done everything bad.
Oh, his bodyguards.
I've got to get these supplies back to the Seraph. I'll bring your father what he needs right after I talk to Lieutenant Francis.
All right, but hurry. I'll go check on Dad. See you back at the tavern. I'll see you soon.
things to watch.
You're doing it wrong. Take everything in at once and look for disturbances in the patterns.
Oh.
Hey! One of those so-called farmers up that hill just hit me in the face.
How can I help you?
This looks cooler if you're walking, I think.
Caravan from Lion's Arch is late, and we're having trouble getting meat and milk from the Alpine ranches.
Stockpiling staples was the right call. I know this isn't quite a siege. I certainly can't depend on the caravans like I
You're back! They're upstairs. Take a left. First door on the right. Quick!
Easy, Andrew. Here, drink this. It probably tastes terrible, but it'll get you back on your feet.
Settle down, Dad. I'm here now, and you'll be better soon. Thanks to you, my friend. And please, can you thank Captain Thackeray for us?
Of course. I need to speak with him anyway. I've learned something important he needs to know.
Whew.
Captain Thackeray? What are you doing here?
We came to check on the tavern keeper. And on you. But where are my manners? Allow me to introduce Countess Anise, Master Exemplar of the Shining Blade.
It's an honor, milady. Captain, I found the medical supplies, but there's something else. Twitchy Jake was there. He's free, even though he was arrested in the tavern brawl.
Is that so? There's been no trial. Those troublemakers should still be in prison, unless they've been deliberately freed. But who would do that? And why?
They'll never tell us willingly. I'd send someone to infiltrate their hideout, but they know my serf.
I'll go. I don't want Big Nose Ted and his gang on the loose, and I still owe them for hurting my friend.
What a brave little soldier you are. You'll need a disguise, of course. Hooligans only talk freely to each other.
I can tell you where their hideout is. All you need is an outfit from one of the bandits themselves, and you're in.
Leave it to me. I'll get the gear I need to blend in and see what they're up to.
Outstanding. Pull this off, and you'll be doing Kryta and her queen a great service. And you will have impressed me yet again. Good luck. Undercover work is tricky. To pull this off, you'll have to eat, breathe, think, and stink like a bandit.
I don't think you can... Can we use axes on this guy? Trident, spear, mace. Axe on the offhand. Slice into the mist, creating an unstable rift. Pulling in enemies. Interesting. The sword skills are pretty basic. The axe skills are pretty interesting, but doesn't look as good on my guy with the axe. But I'm kind of curious. Why can't you main hand the axe? Is my question. Why is it only offhand? Where is my... Where is it? What? Oh, there it is. Heretic. Elder dragons affect the stars. Interesting. Soon may the weatherman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the timing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Either new players or role players. Demon training.
The mayor looks tired.
He's got a tough job, but even with all the stress, he's okay, right?
We should keep an eye on him.
We need to find his son.
Welcome.
Captain Thackeray must be dedicated to make ranks so young. I know. Too bad he doesn't have eyes for queens. I'm not sure I trust him. He's too good looking. Too handsome, too cute. You would say that.
Need to find his son. Maybe he's at the neighbor's house. You know how boys be.
Greetings. Can I help you? Good to meet you.
Where's his son? I know you have him.
Did you need something?
Can I help you?
Yes, you can. We need his son. Let's make sure Jimmy didn't fall down the well.
Good to meet you.
What are you doing around the well, Missy? Something you're trying to hide down there? Posted message. What? Shining blades, but they will take on a criminal Savari. It's a weird thing to be on a poster.
Can I help you?
Shining blades ranks. Shining blade were in like Maguma area, I thought. So I'm guessing they're saying the Shining Blade are here. They have a criminal Savari, so if we're gonna look for Shining Blades,
What level of insanity is it?
criminal Savari, Shining Blades. Question is, where we will find a criminal Savari and or the Shining Blades. Now the bandits are not Shining Blades, but I don't know where the Shining Blade would be, unless they're good now. My name is Marcus Lufus Maurelius. Nobles come and talk and other voices answer at night.
Demons of torment will hound you to death and beyond.
Enough of your threats. I'm not impressed.
So there's happy undead at night that talk to nobles. I wish I knew the timeline.
Four, five, six. Why am I counting the graves again? You never know when one might go missing. They can do that? Just climb out and shamble off? Well, not like that. That would be crazy.
If he's saying a graves can disappear, then it would be... What? It'd be like this, where there's a gap. I feel like he's just hinting about Zaitan, but...
The weeds need watering again. Flowers. The flowers need watering. What did I say?
See, but if we were going to water the flowers or the weeds, we would have to go to the farm and get a water bucket and then come back here. I might have to pause this walking challenge so I can test some stuff, because this got me interested.
What was that? I heard a noise. Just your imagination, stupid. Don't be such a scared Noah. I'm not afraid of nothing. Well, maybe bandits and bats and mustaches.
I need a character with a mustache. Priest of Grinth. Maybe that's what he's talking about. It's Grinth. I don't recall this priest being here before. It's not a POI either, so it's kind of...
Don't fear the night.
It's a dude. I thought it was a chick. So there's a restless spirit here. Can't close in on the location. The responsibilities of their family pull him back to Divinity Reach, becoming nightfall. So they can't remain. So we need to be here at night, and the spirit comes out. That's what he's saying. So there's something here, but we have to be here at night. And the Graveskeeper's talking about flowers, so there's that as well. But we need water. We need to get water from the it's an angel with a water bucket. If we're gonna water the weeds, we have to go get water from the farmer, then bring it back over here. That's the thing. You a revenant? Yep. I wish this suit was in pieces because the lower part of this would be perfect for like almost all the stuff that I try to do with the Roman stuff. Yeah, it looked bandity. Besides my big weapon.
Welcome to the barbecue, new meat. My name's Switch.
I'm called Shadow. I, got out just today.
Free pardon, huh? Me too. Cheers for the ministry, eh? Who'd have known they were such an understanding bunch? We're gearing up for a big job this time. Make yourself useful and ask around for something to do. Make it quick.
Now, which one of these people is his son is the question. I'm sure it's probably not in an instant base. It's probably only in the open world, I would assume.
Are you talking to me? Yeah.
You know, white guy with white dreadlocks. What the hell?
I broke down Johnny, baby. Man plus.
Yeah?
Make it quick.
those fuses.
What?
Where did I put those fuses?
Hurry up. Blaze wants those fuses.
Looks like the Drakes are getting a little cozy. You sure about this?
Was. I'm changing my mind.
Make it quick. I'm a wanted man.
Yeah, punk. What you are, boy?
Huh?
Little punk. My keyboard's messing up. Where is his son? So you got a melee, 2 melee weapons with 3 ranged abilities. Or technically 4 ranged abilities on it. Which I find interesting. Imagine being able to jump through that. I'm not sure if these are faster or not when you're walking. It seems like it. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
it your all. Someone get over here and help me!
Appears to be getting darker in game, so I think I'm going to take a short break, and potentially, I'm going to try and remember to come back here, but potentially try and do the spirit quest, maybe.
Death is simply another journey.
Yeah, I'm going to take a break. We'll be back here in just a little bit, though.